Not as young as we used to be, but not as old as we're going to be. Even though you wish, and sometimes in your mind you see this younger, what you may consider more vibrant version from your previous timeline, your younger years, think of what the older version of you might think of yourself currently. Often in life, we reminisce on younger versions instead of thinking of what will the older version think of this, of me. If you change your mindset, you will change your thoughts, which will change your reality. Think of yourself as 80 or 90 or on your deathbed. Suddenly you will realize that when you were 60 and reminiscing of your 20s, your 20-year-old version of you will feel like a baby instead. To this 90-year-old version of you, who will miss the abilities they once were able to carry in their body in their middle ages, while we didn't consider that while we were going through it. The free movement, the confidence, the freedom of speech, the wisdom that came from life's experiences, not how we can be so agreeable in our 20s. The older version of you would kill for your 40, 50, 60-year-old boobs, while the midlife version of you seems to overthink of the perky tits we once had in our 20s. Especially if you have kids or younger ones in the family, nieces or nephews. We are all going in the same direction in life, don't you see? We are not in this world like Benjamin Button, who gets younger with time. With age comes wisdom from experience, and from wisdom comes beauty inside. Ol'DIRR can be older, with dignity, integrity, respect for your reputation, for your life. So stand up for yourself, make choices in life that are more aligned and not simply do out of agreeance. We are all going to change, and change in different ways, yet the same in age. So do it with grace. Don't take offense at the disrespectful comments from someone younger than you when you hear them say anything, or the puffs and the puffs because you took longer to move out of their way. It's a reminder to them to slow down in life. Not everything is a marathon, and that's okay. That's not the overall feeling we should be having in life. Unless there is a certain occasion that you have to run to, there's truly no need to run on this hamster wheel of life. Because to me, if you do, it just means you are denying yourself of something within that you don't have the ability to see within you, or even acknowledge, because you have been running on your hamster wheel for so long, yet inside you think you're a younger version internally and mentally. That's not aligned. Look in the mirror and see some truth. We would die for someone, many would agree. But would you live for someone? And I mean live, trying for yourself to make changes that are worthy for you. To see in life while you age every year and build strength, healing and feeling not everyone is able or comfortable to do inside within. You don't want to suddenly find yourself older, now forgetting where you are within your present life because you got dementia and now you can't even think freely. You barely remember why you walked into a room. What was I looking for? What was I about to do? Now you're asking yourself out loud as if you're crazy too. Don't always think so backwards in your present timeline. Think in a forward direction instead, since we are never certain of the direction in life and when we will stop seeing over time. Think forward, and it can be a reminder to you, oh yeah, I might not even be here tomorrow, so I better take advantage of today and life too. And I don't mean that in any depressing type of way. It's just a reminder to you, we aren't certain what tomorrow's days are going to bring inevitably. How one can constantly grow and change internally when all they do is reflect on the earlier versions and earlier timelines. When does this start? When did we start thinking backwards in life? Did we do this in our teens? No, we did not. We didn't think of our teenage years of our life as a baby. Instead, most of us wish to be older, correct? Didn't you see that vision in your head? I wish I was older. I wish I could stay up late. I wish I could go on dates and drive away, do whatever I want. Instead, go out with friends and feel free again. Suddenly, we turn 18. Are we still reflecting on our younger years? No, we are not. If anything, we do because we think how far we have come to attain this feeling of freedom. So when does the mind change to begin to do this to you? Focus on the lies? Is it when we turn 30? When 30 could be the new 20 and 40 could be the new 30? A life lived in knowledge and experience with confidence, giving yourself the grace you deserve since you gained knowledge along the way, I assume. You didn't just age and not learn a damn thing, did you? You went through more life experiences, maybe read the news, listened to podcasts. You learned more, which was implemented into your life and your soul's truth. Getting older shouldn't feel badly if you are truthful about your life. Why do we tend to go to the gym in our 20s? Often, it's because you do it to look good for the social stigmas and beauty in society. It can come from wanting to look good to the people around you, so maybe you might meet someone. In your 30s, you can claim your body and think to yourself, I am working out for me to feel good, not for you. I am working out because I want to, because this is what makes me feel good for me. In our 20s, we get decked out to the nines to go dancing or be at a bar so everyone else will think you look fine. So what? Maybe you think you will meet the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, so you think. You have to do the things for your life because you want to see them. You have to shave, put on makeup, or not for anyone else, for what you enjoy, to feel more than all right for you. You may find that you don't even like it, and you just did it to lure other people. Then when you get that person, it turns out you don't want to keep it clean and shave. Maybe you like a little hair on your legs. Perhaps you're more of a homebody, and they assumed what you did and how you presented is how you live your life. And suddenly it said to you, remember those times when you wore makeup every day and night, you shaved your legs, dressed kind of sexy most of the time? Inside you're thinking, yeah, but I really didn't even want to do that. I just did it because I thought it's what I should do in society. But frankly, if I have the choice, which you do, you could have gone out as is and then found a person more aligned with you, the person who enjoys your look as you do. So there's no false advertising like a built-in bra. What a crock of bullshit to me. Can you imagine the person on the other side who thought you had large tits when you take your bra off? Turns out you were size A the entire time. That person is disappointed because they liked big boobs, which isn't wrong for them to have that preference, but it's wrong that they were fooled. But now they don't know if they should stay or leave because they grew to know you and enjoy your personality. They thought to themselves, this is great. I met someone who's cool and fun and funny, and they have big boobs, except you gave them some false advertising. Next thing you know, you are married and they are lured by a woman with big boobs, which led them to cheating and maybe a divorce in your life too. They didn't necessarily want to cheat, but you weren't very honest with them at the beginning, and they didn't want to hurt your feelings over boobs, so they stayed in your life to build that life with you. There are so many people on Earth School and so many fish in the sea, but we have to be honest with people on Earth School about who it is and be the kind of person that we want to be as a human being, because we are human beings in this life and we deserve to be human with someone who is at our highest alignment. Build dignity, integrity, respect for your reputation, for you. Come into the relationship 100%, not what you think others of society want of you, so you can be fair to yourself and other human beings. If you want your tree of life, don't eat off the tree of lies. First off, it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the other person at all for eternity and time. Not laying claim within you could have you accepting other people's stories as your own because you didn't build your Ol'DIRR truth, which isn't fair to anyone, especially you or me. Like going into a job interview with absolutely no experience and just pretending like you had the capabilities. You catfished a company. They thought you were something else at the very beginning, like you sent them a picture from your 20s as your promotion picture on your resume, not your current photo of you. When you are older and they are now looking at you at your interview interestingly and a bit confused, this isn't the person that was pictured on the resume, I believe. They take a closer look and realize, I see what they did. They took a headshot years ago and didn't change their cover letter. I see it. We don't have to be ashamed of aging and time. If someone doesn't want you in their life or at their company, well, that means you aren't aligned, and it's okay, because what is meant for you will be. And what is not meant for you will not be too. You can't fix something that is broken. There is no right person, right place, wrong time. It's just the wrong person or the wrong place for you. And that's okay. Sure, it may be harder and different than what you believed, but what's meant to be is out there waiting for you. Whether it's this person, place, community, as long as you are true. You can't try to hold onto a flagpole so tight that wind blows and you're just holding on for dear life like a flag in a breeze. Let go. It's not meant to be. Let yourself blow in the wind freely so you can land on the next pole in your life, which actually might feel like a pedestal because you trusted the universe and believed your heart's wishes came true and became real with time. Getting older provides not just growing in numbers within you, it's acceptance to change, because life is always changing and we have to be open. Lies within you of who you are, those are lies to me, which doesn't really put us at alignment in life since you did not begin the relationship truthfully. Lies within you, such as inability to accept who you are, means you could listen and believe someone else's story. Their story about you isn't true. It's just their perception, which is really a reflection of who they are. You can't take offense to it, especially if you know your own story. Be like the wise old owl who listens more and doesn't just speak. Ever notice someone who's a grown adult just nod their head when those in their teens or 20s say something ridiculous too, because they know life, they have seen, and they can tell? The comments come more from inexperience in society. So when things are said that don't seem true, you know yourself. You know you can let it go since you know your Ol'DIRR internally. You have experience, knowledge, and growth. The older we get, the more we grew. Just be accepting of yourself and honesty, your Ol'DIRR, dignity, integrity, respect to your reputation and your truth, and live free.